It's getting close to the end of the year, another Saturday, and another monster is rolling into Nick's garage. Today, it's this beautiful GT500 with a 4-speed and dark blue paint. A client of Nick's just picked up this car from another builder, and he's not entirely happy with it. So he's brought it here for some advice. Manny, the resident Ford junkie, is giving it a once-over.
The gears going to be easy to go in? Because I saw even you had trouble getting into those gears.
The clutch is probably your biggest problem.
Yeah?
The second you have a little bit more travel, it'll allow you more.
Nick's first love is Mopar, but he's no stranger to fast Fords. He even put together another Eleanor project for Saku Koivu, the captain of the Montreal Canadiens hockey team.
Minor. One sheet metal, the brace.
I know, it should have a bracket at least to spread it out.
This is Eleanor number 2 here in my shop. It's a fun ride, let me tell you. It's got a few things we got to fix on it. We'll make it new. Nice. This is a nice ride.
The Cobra has a big block and multi-port fuel injection. But there are clearance issues under the hood, and the car needs additional bracing to keep all the new power from tearing it apart.
So from here to here, you're solid. You've got the underpinnings, you got this. What you do is you take this and you go back.
Okay, so
2 bars that slide back. And it goes into the trunk and ties the rear end.
Okay.
And that alone reinforces everything.
Wait. I love this color, dark blue. Nice. Well, see what we're going to do with this in the future.
The Mustang will be back. For now, Nick has other cars to attend to inside the shop.
Well, how we doing here?
Coming out all right. Couple bolts left.
Take them out, let's pull it out. And let's get rid of those dome pistons. Yeah, another project for this Christmas. We've got quite a few 440s. We've got a 455 Buick. We got an Eleanor Mustang to work on. So we've got quite a few engines for this winter to do. I got one coming from Nova Scotia. Got another one coming from Windsor, Ontario. So it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. I gotta turn this, take off all the toe cover screws, and then we're gonna yank the motor. You know, everybody's parked their cars, and right now now's our chance to take apart their engines, or if they want to do any updating. Now that the car's in storage, we can do whatever they want. Like this one, for example, has a 440 72 satellite. He's got a problem that it just keeps on pinging, and I backed up the time as much as I can, and there's no change whatsoever. So I thought I'm gonna remove the cylinder head to see what's going on. So we took them off last night, and we noticed that this car has dome pistons, which I don't use anymore for a street car. And I see the heads have been shaved down. I don't know how much. I didn't measure the CCs yet. But for one thing, what we're going to do for sure is take this engine apart, put flat top pistons, and take it from there. I don't know why I'm saving the cam. We're not going to use it. Just put a chain across it. And also detune the camshaft because he's got a power brake booster and he's got no power brakes whatsoever. So again, we're gonna change the cam, the pistons, put it all together, put it on the dyno, and if everything goes well, it's gonna go right back in the car and take it for a drive in the springtime.
Nick is always busy on Saturdays, and just as he's ready to pull out the satellite's block, another car pulls up and demands his attention. One of Nick's regular customers just picked up this gorgeous Impala sedan.
Look at that, original steering wheel. This is unique. I love this.
Come and see.
Genuine original, check it out. This is beautiful. I've always loved red interiors. Check this out, it's like a two-tone. White, red, and some silver, of course, on the doors. This is beautiful.
In these colors, you could just imagine that huge trunk loaded with gifts and Santa behind the wheel. Nick would love to go for a spin, but he's got too much to get done in his shop. A Ford, a Mopar, and a Chevy. And it's still not even time for lunch.
Here we go, we're gonna pull out another 440 for the season.
Nick gets the big engine out without removing the hood, even with the extra deep oil pan. But when he starts doing some more disassembly, he finds out that there's more wrong here than too much compression and no vacuum left for the brakes.
You see? Then again, I'm gonna say it again and again. When a guy does this, you know he doesn't know his job. I'm sorry. You have a gasket, you put silicone right across, that's a no-no. You don't need silicone when you have a gasket.
No.
This is wrong. You don't put silicone. You only put some tabs of silicone in the corners, but not like this. No, this is wrong. There's another problem. You see that? This gear should come out. This is an oil pump drive. It should come out like this. Not with the bushing. This is press fit onto the block. But of course, in this case, since we're overhauling the engine, we're going to put a new bushing in there. Press fit, and we're going to put it the way it's supposed to be.
Exactly.
Pulling apart other people's builds reveals mistakes they've made in the past. But when Nick puts this power plant back together, you can be sure it's going to be right.
Oh well, we're going to take it all apart. We're going to replace those pistons, get some flat tops, 30 over, put it all together. Of course, we're going to rebalance the crankshaft with the new pistons. Check out the heads, put in a cam that's less duration to have vacuum for power brakes. Then after that, I'm going to go straight on the dyno and make a run. And we'll take it from there.
Nick got the satellite one step closer to being perfect today. And as he gets ready to close up for the weekend, one more ride is on its way to the shop for some love.
Nick rebuilt the 360 last year. Has a pretty good sound on it. I'm in Montreal and had a hard time finding a good mechanic, and then I caught Nick's garage on YouTube. So me and my wife went down and asked if he could help us out, and he took us in right away under his wing and rebuilt my 360 perfectly. So now I'm hoping he has time and he can deal with this tranny before I put her away for the winter.
Chris and his wife raised 4 kids before they allowed themselves the pleasure of their dream car. Knowing it's in good hands when it's time for something to be fixed makes owning it an even bigger reward. That's the kind of experience the boss wants everyone to have when they roll in to Nick's garage.
Thanks, Nick.
All right. Thank you, Chris.
Bye.